E participation. Okay. And we are live. Hello. How are you? Nobody's here yet. Well, hopefully somebody will show up because we're canning. I've never done a canning live before. So this is our first. And we're going to see how it goes. So I have it set to subscribers only chat. I hope a moderator at least shows up just in case, but if you are here to troll, I hope you subscribe to the channel, and I hope you just lay back, and before you're allowed to comment, you can learn about canning, and maybe you'll just want to join in with us. Hi Kim, hi Susie, hello, how are you girls? So we're gonna do something new today. We're canning live. Father God, keep everything as it should be, nice and easy, streamlined, so that people can can easily, so that this isn't intimidating for them, so that they'll be bit by the canning bug and they will pour canning love into their pantries. Amen, amen. Hi Danny, hi Lori, hello. Is it Mana Cohaven? Mana Cohaven? Did I say that right? Hi Tina, hi Valley, hi Rhonda. Oh, so many here. Okay, so one of the concerns that I got with going live and doing a canning session versus if I were to film it and edit it for you guys to like go back on was that live sessions tend to go long. So to cut that, hi Danny, it's good to see you too, girl. To cut that out, I have already prepped everything. So everything has been washed, everything is clean, everything is set up. I have a tripod. I'm just gonna, can I spin this around? Yes, I can. I have a tripod over the pot for you, okay? I already have all my tools. They've all been washed, they're all cleaned. My lids have been washed with hot soapy water. So have my rings. Please wash your lids. Do not use them out of the box. That compound, that glue, attracts cockroaches and rats in the factories. So you know what's on them. So give them a good wash. They're going on your jars where your food sits. Same with your, ooh, that's hot. Same with your rings. Clean rings, wash them up. Don't use anything rusty or corroded, anything that you wouldn't lick. Like if you wouldn't lick it, then it shouldn't be sitting next to your food on a jar, okay? If you wouldn't lick it. This I would lick because it's clean. So she's going back in the hot water. Clean jars, washed, sitting in hot water, ready to use, okay? I've got a hot soapy sink. So as I'm using my tools, because everything's going to be sticky, I can go ahead and put it right over into my hot soapy water. That's the way I like to do it. It's just easy for me. So I did move some things out of the way. We are going to be using, now forgive me if I fall behind on the chat. I'm really going to try to be mindful of your time, you guys. So we're just going to roll. I'm using the brand new Ball Blue Book, Guide to Preserving. I bought this at Walmart. If you are part of my Inner Circle membership, I gave you one for free. I shipped it to you with love because that's what I do for my Inner Circle. So this is the book we will be using. We are on page 50. Now, I write in my books. One, because I have 2 traumatic brain injuries, and sometimes I can forget. For 2, I'm just passing through. So this book eventually, hopefully, will go to one of my children, or it's going to go to like one of your children. You know, maybe it'll be in a garage sale one day. So I put the little notes in there. I love when I buy used cookbooks and there's little love notes in there. So I write in my books. We are not going to be, now this recipe, I'm going to bring you over here where it's a little less glary. This is a recipe that I have modified because I could not find a lemon blueberry recipe that I liked. So I created my own, which reminds me, we're going to be pulling out vanilla. So this is my homemade bourbon vanilla. We're going to be adding some of that too. So I'm going to, what did I do with my pen? I have a pen around here somewhere. I don't know. I keep losing it. I'll have to write that in. I do not use liquid pectin, you guys. I know using Pomona is trendy right now. I don't care. I don't like the way it works. I don't like the way it sets. I make a lot of jam. And so, you know, I feed kids my jam. I feed a lot of kids with my jam because my older boys take my jam too. Grab my pen. I do not like liquid pectin. So, it's also for me a waste of money. Now, if the company or a company was giving it for free, okay, I could maybe understand, but I'm like you. I buy all my own ingredients myself. I don't get kickbacks. I'm just a mom. So I buy my pectin, and it is cheaper to buy it in bulk. So I buy it in a bulk bag from the Mennonite bulk food store, and then I store mine in a jar. Now that date is wrong because this is a brand new bag that I just got yesterday. So I'm going to have to clean that and change the date on that. So I use powder. So the issue with powder versus pectin, okay, is when you're going to add it into your recipe. Powder gets placed early on in the canning. Liquid is going to be placed later on. Okay, so you're going to be using powdered pectin when it's cold, but we're gonna roll through that. So that's where I changed the recipe on this. I'm also not adding grated lemon peel because I can for kids, and they don't like that. So I don't add that in, but I do add in. I would probably say 2 tablespoons. I eyeball it of vanilla. Now, I will be using homemade, so I'm going to make a note, homemade vanilla, and I'll be adding that, okay? So, this is going to be changed a little bit because we're using the pectin, because we're not doing the grated peel, and because we're adding the vanilla. But everything else is the same. So, we've got 4.5 cups of blueberries. Now, I pick mine fresh from Tawas Blueberry Farm. It's about 45 minutes from my house. What I love about the blueberry farm is they grow 4 different varieties. So we pick from all 4 corners of the farm. And so I've got some big ones, I've got little ones, I've got sweet blueberries, I've got tart blueberries. And the combination of 4 varieties just make for really good jam and really good pie filling. So so I've got that. Of course, they've been washed. I pick through them. I try to get all the little, you know, stems out of them, any kind of leaves. I go through one by one over my sink, and I clean them all. And you know, as they sit, they'll kind of, you know, gather juice, but it'll be fine. I just use a Pyrex, and I just fill it to the top. It's 4.5 cups. The Pyrex is 4 cups. I just fill it to the top. Lemon juice, a 1/3 cup of lemon juice. We are going to be using bottled when we can, not fresh. Why? Because the pH is different. We know that this bottled lemon juice has a certain pH, and it's going to be stable and consistent no matter what bottle we use. Lemons can change depending on which lemon you use. Some can be a little more acidic, some a little less. So when we're talking about preserving, we always want to use bottled lemon juice, okay? We are using 6.5 cups of sugar. So I have that out. We are using, is it 6 tablespoons? Yes, 6 tablespoons of our powdered pectin. Now, when I use powdered pectin, I always add a couple of tablespoons of sugar to it, because when we add it to the jam, that little bit of sugar is going to prevent clumping. It just makes it blend in a little nicer, okay? And then, of course, we've got our vanilla. So, those are our ingredients. Can you use frozen blueberries? Absolutely. I thaw mine. And you'll see why, because we've got to smash them. So smashing frozen, you're going to get a lot of extra water because they're frozen. So thaw them, then give them a good rinse. Still go through them, pick through them, because sometimes you'll get a green one, sometimes you'll find a stem. Pick through them just like you would fresh, okay? Just thaw them first. So I'm going to put you up on my tripod. Please, Lord, protect the chat. You guys still with me? Give me a thumbs up if you're still with me. I think you're still with me. How am I going to do this without shutting you guys off? It should be, oh, there we go. Okay, okay, thumbs up, thank you. Thank you, okay. So, I got you over my bowl. Hopefully you guys can see. Let me see if I can raise you up just a little and tilt you just a little. Okay, and so everything that I do is over medium heat. I use a Le Creuset. This is a chef pot. It's a 7-quart. Is it a 7.5 quart? I think it's a 7-quart chef's pot. I love, love, love using Le Creuset or any kind of enameled cast iron when I'm making jam. I like the chef's pot because it's more of a pot. One, it keeps the heat, so you will notice, especially when you're making jelly, you have to be kind of fast because it starts to, kind of turn gelatinous as it's cooling down. So when you're scraping the bottom for the last 2 jars, you're going to see that your jelly, because it's thinning out and cooling down, it's turning into jelly in your pot. If you use an enameled cast iron, it almost never does that because the cast iron keeps the temperature. So it's going to stay nice and warm even when you're scooping those last jars out. Also, if you film, if you're a content creator, these just film really nice because they're kind of squat and you can really see, because they're white inside, it's easy to see. So I like to use them. So this is my favorite pot to cannon. All right, I'm going to turn it on medium. We don't want to rush this, okay? So don't turn it on high to try to hurry up and get it done. We're canning. So we are pouring our love into this and we're going to take our time. And it's, enjoy the ride. It's a process to be enjoyed, not rushed through just to get it done, just to get the jelly up on your shelves. That's just not my mindset. So I do it because I actually really love it. So we're going to turn it on medium. And now we're going to put in our 4.5 cups of blueberries. Okay. Now you're going to take a potato masher. I find the potato masher works better than, say, this will work too, the meat mashers. They just don't work as well as a potato masher. And what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to just start kind of mashing these down. Now they're going to mash down anyway as they cook, but we just don't want, we don't want huge chunks. We want it chunky, but we don't want huge whole blueberries in our jam, okay? So we're just gonna mash. And if I sound wheezy, I'm so sorry. I live in Michigan and we are under that for the past 2 weeks. The high air quality warning where they tell you if you go outside, you're supposed to wear a 95 mask. To stay indoors with your doors closed, your windows closed, your air on, air cleaners going because of the Canadian wildfire. So my asthma, because I've had a collapsed lung, is at its all-time high. So I'm sorry if I sound wheezy, but I did take my inhaler. this morning, so I should be okay. All right, so we're just gonna mash as many of them as we can, gently. You don't have to pulverize them. As you cook them, they will cook down. And I apologize if I'm ignoring you because I'm short and I can barely see the screen. Yeah, we're getting the wildfire smoke. It's awful. It's hazy outside. You can't even, when you go over the bridge, like the Zilwaukee Bridge, or even the Mighty Mac, the Mackinac Bridge, you can't even see the water. It's just smog. It's just a haze. It's awful. And it doesn't even smell like wildfire. It smells like chemical burning. It burns your nose. It burns your chest. Both Mason and Mina have been coughing. It's awful. Okay. So I've got quite a bit of them mashed up here. You just don't want them whole. So just kind of squeeze them. Give them a little loving squeeze with the masher. And then I will take this and it goes right in. Well, I'm going to rinse it. I don't dirty my water. But this will go right into my hot soapy water, which is why I like to have hot soapy water. It just makes it easy as I go along to keep everything clean. All right, now to this, we're going to go ahead and we are adding our, well, hold on, let me bring this over too, so I don't have to keep stopping. I'm going to add our lemon juice. And let me get, let's see, which little stirrer do I want to use? What is this silicone or a plastic one? I'm just going to use this little plastic. Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and add my vanilla. 1, 2, it's about 2 tablespoons. Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sprinkle the pectin and the sugar combination. And I think I had a whisk out, didn't I? That's what I had. I had a whisk out. There we go. I'm a whisk girl. I like to use the whisk. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna bring this up to a boil. And we're just gonna keep stirring it so it heats up nice and evenly. And it's already beautiful, isn't it? Let's see. I need to get back to canning. I left my jars when I moved from Missouri back to southern Alabama. Oh, yes, yes, girl. You'll get bit by the bug again. Congratulations on your move, though. That's exciting. All right, did I miss anything else? I'm afraid to touch it too much because I don't want to shut you off. Is your pot an enameled cast iron? Yes, yes, and it's my favorite. It's the only thing I make jams and jelly in. And that's because it keeps the heat. It's nice and even. And it won't gel as quickly when you're canning. So when you get to those the last jar, the last jar, it always seems when you're scraping the bottom of like a stainless steel pot or even an enameled one, like a nonstick, it's already gelled because it's cooled down by then. Where the cast iron, the enameled cast iron, will keep it warm for you. So canning jelly and jam, you know, it's all kind of time sensitive. So the enameled cast iron will buy you that extra time. So let's see. I'd step on my tippy toes. I need to buy another one of those pots too. I love mine. Yes. Sometimes you can get the, well, you kind of have to be careful with the size, because if it's too small, you can't make jam or jelly in it. That's what I love about the 7-quart chef pot. Danny bought this for me for Christmas, but he bought it at the outlet. So you definitely don't have to spend full price for it. Also, keep your eye on Amazon, because sometimes they'll get returns, and the returns are cheaper than buying new. And many times people just return them because they don't like the color. It's not their color. They might have gotten it as a gift and it's just not what they wanted, or not the color, not their color. So sometimes you can get them used for a really good price. I know these are kind of hard to find, like on a Facebook Marketplace and things like that. Usually when somebody buys something like this, they use it. I mean, it's kind of an heirloom piece. But even for a couple $100, man, if you're using it all the time, and if you're putting food by, I use this pot all the time. I make my potato soup in it. I make chili in it. I make tomato soup in it. I make the chicken and dumplings that I made last week. I made in this. It's like I use this pot all the time. So it's definitely, for me, it's, you know, it would definitely be worth the money spending. But I do a lot of canning in here. So, let's see. Yes, I bought mine on Amazon. Yay! I love Amazon. Last year I put up strawberry preserves. Next week I will be canning pear preserves. Oh, I love pear. My grandpa's favorite pie was a pear pie. No spices, just sugar. Just sugar and pear. It was a really, and I think I have a video, it's an old video now, of making that pie. That was my grandpa's favorite. So I always think of him, but I love any kind of pear jam is so good. It's so refreshing. Like, pear is just refreshing. I'm gonna grab my sugar here for when this comes to a boil. Which we're getting there. I'm so excited to see you make this. Yay! It's so good. This recipe is so good. You get the lemon, and then you get that smooth sweetness of the blueberry, followed by that little hint of the bourbon vanilla at the very tail end. It's so good. This makes like the ultimate peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like, you won't even want to reach for the grape. This is it. This on, Mason loves it on bagels in the morning. He has an everything bagel with cream cheese and this jam. And it's like his favorite. It's so, so good. You can do it without the lemon too. You would add like 2 tablespoons of lemon juice just to acidify it a bit and make it safe for canning. But I like the flavor the lemon gives it. I really do. It just gives it a little zing. Blueberry, I don't want to say it's flat, but it can be very flat. That's why I like picking my own and getting a variety so that I get some tart ones along with some sweet ones. Because sometimes blueberries can be very flat. I used to make it with lime. Yes, they do have the next recipe below that is with lime. I have not made that yet, so I need to get some lime juice and give that a try, because I'm wondering how good that one tastes. I bet you it's amazing. All right, we're getting really close here. So I always bring it to a boil where I can't stir down before I move on to the next step. It's just how I was taught by the canning queens that came before me here on YouTube. The old school YouTubers. Let's see. Bev from R8 Half Acre Homestead, Bear Prepper, Michigan Snow Pony, Linda's Pantry I would throw in there. Linda was a beautiful canner. Who else? Cat's Cradle. Those are the women that I used to follow. And I'm probably missing some, but you know, brain injury. I'm grateful I can remember the ones I can. Oh, thank you. I don't feel myself as inspiring. You know, the Bible calls us to pass it forward, you know, so this is an honor for me. I'm honored you guys show up to watch me can. Did she can the Kita? I'll have to look that up. Oh, I don't know what that is. I know the blueberry chipotle barbecue sauce was amazing. Oh, it's so good. I love that barbecue sauce. Okay, so this is about there. So when we're stirring it, it's still bubbling. I'm gonna let it come up to a rapid boil here. And then I can turn down my jars because my jars have been boiling. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add in our sugar. Okay, now you want to be careful because this is like liquid candy, okay? This is why I wear, even though I have them rolled up, I wear long sleeves when I can, versus sometimes I just want to wear a tank top. But when I'm making jam or jelly, sometimes it'll pop and it'll sting you. So you want to be really careful blending the sugar in. Just take a little. And now we're going to bring this to another rapid boil that we cannot stir down. Oh, it smells so good. I wish I could do like wouldn't really be a smell of vision, but a smell of live stream. Smell a stream. So you guys could smell it. When I was making this yesterday, the kids all came upstairs and they were like, what is that smell? It smells so good. They were hoping I was making pie. Like, no, I'm not making pie, I'm making jam. Yesterday was a crazy busy day, so I wasn't able to turn on the camera, but I knew I was going to make a couple more batches of this. So now, do you see how the berries have kind of cooked down? Heather, when will we get a video showing your new Ankerstrom? I've been playing with that. Very, very soon. I'm waiting for the heat to turn down. I have not used, even running this, because my stove is propane, I swear it burns hotter than natural gas. So the whole upper floor gets very, very hot. And when it gets very, very hot in the house, my asthma is triggered. So I have not been running my oven at all. In fact, tonight for dinner, we're having leftovers. I have taco meat I have to use up. So I am going to be smoking nachos on the smoker because I don't want to put the nachos in my oven because I don't want to heat up the house. So my electric bill is astronomical when I do that. And so I'm trying to be really mindful. But as soon as the weather cools down, we are going to be making bread in it, because that's what I bought it for. I bought it for bread baking. And I have a mill, so we're going to be milling wheat berries together. I will be using up my bread flour, and then because I don't want it to go to waste. And then we're going to be milling our own flour and making bread with that. So lots of bread videos. I plan on a lot of bread videos. I want to get really good with sourdough. I am not good with sourdough. And sourdough is really good. It's really healthy for you. And then so is, of course, you know, whole grain, especially freshly milled. So my goal, Lord willing, because I had a goal too when I was doing that workshop, and life changed drastically. So I hold on to this stuff loosely. But my goal would be to make lots of bread and get really good and replace all the bread that I buy. So I'm making my own English muffins and my own bagels and my hamburger and hot dog buns and my sandwich bread. And I'm not buying it anymore because it has gotten so expensive. And we use a lot of bread products. I mean, we've got 5 of us here, and 2 that work full-time out of the house. And so, and then I homeschool. So I don't have, like, my kids don't go away for lunch, you know what I'm saying? I feed them. So we do a lot of sandwiches, peanut butter and jelly, lunch meat, grilled cheese. So we can go through the bread. So I want to make it myself. So you're going to be seeing a lot of Ankerstrom videos because that mixer is amazing. Okay, let me see. I'm so excited to see you share all of these exciting adventures. Oh, I'm excited to share them. Thank you for wanting to watch them. It's healthier for you to make your own. Exactly. So now that my teeth drama is all over, that was 2 years. And, you know, I really want to get my health back strong. Of course, like I say, I hold on to that stuff loosely. I'm so thankful to be alive. I don't really care about, like, my looks or anything like that. What I care about is just feeling good. Just being strong for my kids, strong for my family, being able to get back to the things that I love doing and that I feel God has called me to do. Build up my endurance. Like even this, like after we do this and we end the live stream, I'll have to go and elevate my leg. I didn't do that yesterday. It was a very busy day and I was on my leg all day. And so I was up half the night sick with lymphedema. Just, it makes me violently ill, almost like you have food poisoning. So nausea, the vomiting, it's just like all of it. So I'm not going to do that to myself today. After this live stream, I'm going to behave, and I'm going to elevate my leg and probably get some ice on it. And are you guys still there? Hopefully you guys are still there. Are you guys still with me? Mine is frozen as well. Okay, everyone's frozen. Hopefully I've come back. We'll see. We're here. Yes, okay, I'm back. Okay, so my phone overheated because I have you over hot jam. We're a work in progress and we're learning as we go. So I overheated you. I fanned you off. I cooled you down with some ice. Do you feel better? I hope you feel better. I'm so sorry for overheating you. Okay, we're back. I turned my jam down to simmer because I refuse to go on without you. If I have to go get my camera to go finish it, I was willing to do that. Okay, hold on now. I'm going to adjust you. We are not going to overheat you. I'm going to put you back on. I'm going to spin you around. Okay. I'm going to spin you around. And I'm going to keep you kicked off to the side, okay? Woo, right? I'm a steady believer. Are you okay? Look, I got to shut my freezer. I stuck you in the freezer to cool you down. I was like, my girls are overheated. I about cooked you. Okay, hold on. I'm going to turn this back up to medium now. I was not going to go on without you. Okay, one man down. I do not leave you behind, okay? I'm going to kick you off to the side. Hit the like button. Yes. Make sure you're still subscribed. Thank you, Jen. You're always so good at that. I always forget. It was like a hot flash. Oh, it was an energy surge. Oh, I was like, no, no. All right, well, if I got to restart that, but I had to throw you in the freezer. I threw you in the ice bag. That bag of ice that I have in there that I bought for the kids when I make them their, we had friends over for a couple days that stayed with us and camped out with us. And I made everybody snow cones, all the kids. So I have these big bags of ice in my freezer. So I stuck you in the bag of ice, cool you down. Look at, I even ripped off your, I don't even know where I threw it. I ripped off your phone case. So that you would cool down quickly. Thank you. You're so sweet. Yes, Bonnie, you caught alive. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, we're back on medium. And we're bubbling. So I'm just going to let that come up to a full rolling boil. Now, there was someone on TikTok who was new to canning, new to homesteading, new to canning, and she also did not want to use the liquid pectin. She used powder, except she didn't know to reverse the order. So she put her pectin in like she would put her liquid pectin in at the end. And then she didn't bring it to a rolling boil. So I'm showing this, what a rolling boil looks like, because a lot of the setting issues that happen is just because you just didn't boil it hard enough. That's all. So, and then of course, if you are switching from liquid to powder, or if you prefer the liquid and you're switching from powder to liquid pectin, you need to change the order of when you add it into your jam or your jelly. Although I think they used to only recommend powder when you were making jelly. I don't know if they do that still anymore. I'm going to grab some butter here. Now, I throw a pat of butter in because it controls the foam. You don't have to do this, but I do. About a half of a tablespoon. Okay, it's all you need. Just kind of whisk it in. It'll melt pretty quick. Now, when you're stirring it and it's still boiling like this, that's when you know you have a hard boil. So the book will tell you to boil it for 1 minute. I never do. I always boil mine for 2 minutes. This is how the old schoolers taught me how to do it, and I never ever have an issue with my set. So I just do it for 2 minutes. It doesn't hurt. You do want to be careful at this stage. You might want to wear long sleeves because sometimes it can, like I said, it can kind of bite you. But just keep it moving. So we have our timer on. It's going to be 2 minutes at a hard boil, which is a boil you cannot stir down. So as I'm stirring, it's still boiling. This looks delicious. I wish you could smell it, girl. It's so good. I've been infusing oil for about 48 hours. Ooh, what oil? We want to know. Let us know what you're infusing. Sounds amazing. I want to make mint jelly, but I cannot get mint to grow. I know so many people are like, you know, grow mint and it'll grow wild. My chickens eat it, you know, because I free range and they find it. And I cannot, for the life of me, grow mint. I need to find mint somewhere where I can make some mint jelly. My aunt really wants it. You know, I grew up in a Welsh home, and mint jelly was much like vinegar, and vinegar, malt vinegar. Malt vinegar is like what how Americans use ketchup. So malt vinegar and mint jelly go on so many food items in a Welsh home. So my aunt really wants some. So I want to make her some. Okay, so there it is. Okay, so now we're going to turn it off the heat. And what I do is I just, for another few seconds, I'll just keep stirring it because we're using the enameled cast iron. It will stay hot. Just until it calms down. Once it calms down like that, we're good to go. Okay, so in hot soapy water it goes. I'm going to move the butter over. And then I am going to, let's see how I can spin ya. All right, I'm gonna spin it this way. All right, and I will can right like that. I'm gonna lift you up so I don't get jelly on you. As I've already overheated you, I definitely don't want to burn you. Okay, does that look good? Can you see right there? All right, so what I have is I have my funnel. I always use an extra, the large one instead of the smallmouth one. I just find you can be a little messier with it. I have my lids and rings all washed, ready to go, soaked in hot water. I'm gonna be using this canning ladle. I've got my debubbler. I have my, I like to put any kind of utensils on there, but what I really like is getting out you can use a canning jar. I've got these really cute bee glasses. See the little bees on them? Aren't they cute? I like to keep my funnel in this and my poker. Okay, so everything stays neater. Now we're still gonna get jam, but the least amount of mess I can make, the better. I try to keep my workspace as clean as possible. All right, so now we're gonna start. So I'm gonna get a jar out of here. And we're gonna can this up right. Let's see. Is that that one's got some sticker residue on that. I've got to get off, but we're going to use it anyway because it's just on the outside. And I know which jar this is. This had a sticker on it. It was a gift. It was gifted to me. It was jam that one of my girlfriends made for me. It was delicious. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and pour that in. Now, I like to get the 1/4 inch headspace line forward so I can see it. We're going to take it right to 1/4 inch headspace. Debubble. And grab a little dish. Pour some vinegar. I'm gonna throw a little bit, just a little kerplunk in my canner. And grab a paper towel. So we debubble. And then we clean our rim. We want to make sure too, because this is sticky, so we don't want, and if you can hear, my jam is still bubbling. That's what's so nice about the enameled cast iron. Okay, now we're gonna get a lid. Gonna get a ring. Let me grab a little cloth so I don't burn my hands. Somebody made me these after the accident. They're terry cloth on the other side. I love them so much. I wish I could remember who made them for me, because I would buy more, because I love them. And that's it. Now, let me see, how can I get you down here, maybe? Oh, are you still with me? I think you're still with me. I want you. Oh, I don't know if I'll be able to do this without ruining, but there it is. Oh, can you see that way? Oh, maybe we'll film that way. How about that? Can you see that way? Hopefully you're still with me. Let me double check. All right. That's my 1/4 inch line right there. Okay, so that's what we're gonna, okay, good, still there. Thanks, Valley. All right. You can hear my jam is still bubbling away. It's still piping hot. So you got plenty of time. Okay, now I watch this line right here. The top one is our 1/4 inch headspace. So I fill it up till I hit that, and then debubble. Okay. And then wipe those rims. Take your time, especially if you're new. It's not a rush. Enjoy the process. It's such a beautiful process. Like, canning is so, it's so beautiful to me. It's like making bread. It's so, I don't know, I just love it so much. I love everything about it. So there we have it. That's our next one. That'll go in the canner. And then grab out another jar. Well, let's do a fun jar. I have some fun jars in here. All right, so there's the 1/4 inch headspace mark that we're going with right there. Okay. This little jar has the fruit. I've got some vintage jars that I love to use. Sometimes it's just so, especially if you have guests that come over. I'll do it even for my older boys. And it's just putting out a really pretty jar of jam on the table in the morning when you're serving everyone breakfast. I just love that. The hospitality of that. I just love it. Okay. I'll stir. Lift. And if you ever overfill, just take a spoon, just a little spoon, and just scoop some out back into your bowl. Sometimes that happens. Always turn until it's all cleaned off. I see so many people that just do this, choo, 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 over all their jars, never turning, never really making sure that they're their rims are clean. I mean, look at that, you know? So take your time, because if your jars fail, the only person that suffers is you. Like all the money, all the time, all the effort, you know, and it doesn't turn out the way that you had hoped it would. I have seen some beautiful canning sessions, and then at the very end, they take a shortcut that ends up costing them their headspace. And so take your time, feel the love, enjoy the process. This is what you're going to be feeding your loved ones, or just you, even if it's just you, right? You deserve the love too. You want to sit down like Mason and eat that English muffin or your bagel. Now that one, I think overfilled a little bit. Let me get a spoon. Perfect example. I'm just gonna scoop it off the top because I kind of see like a little air bubble here that's gonna release when I lift this funnel up. So I'll just put, ooh, look at that. Ooh. Now, typically I taste this, and I should have tasted it, so I'm going to taste it. It is perfect. All right, that's going in the sink. It's perfect. This recipe is so good. If you have not tried it, I hope you try it. You will love it. All right. Okay. And a lid. And a ring. Fingertip tight, but it'll look like I'm kind of cranking down on it because my hands are damaged. So my right thumb doesn't really work. So I have to crank mine a little bit more to get it like yours. I have to work a little harder. I have to work a little harder for mine. All right. I'll show you another vintage jar. I love these. I don't know if you guys remember my friend Paul's rule of thumb. Oh, I miss his channel so much. He went to an estate sale at a barn and he bought all these jars, and I went in halfsies with them. They're square. They're square ball canning jars. They're so beautiful. They're my favorite. So we're going to use one of these. I think I might have a second one in that canner. It's so pretty. Now, some of these vintage jars, I don't gift. Unless I know that you give me back my jars. Give me back my jars, I will gift them to you. But unless it is a gift. If you're giving it as a gift, then, you know, giving it in a vintage, beautiful vintage jar, I mean, with a homemade loaf of like the croissant sourdough bread. Oh, could you imagine? Like, what better gift is that? I would love that. A homemade jar of jam in a vintage jar with a homemade loaf of sourdough croissant bread. Are you even kidding me? Like, that's like a whole love language, in my opinion. All right, let me grab this ring. This ring wants to come home. All right. Sometimes these vintage jars are a little trickier on their little screw top. Okay, that's it. Oh, what are you saying? The square jars are now my favorite, aren't they? Oh, who has the new ones? Who has the new square ones? Let me know. I haven't seen new. I've seen the, I have not bought the Superb jars yet, but I want to. All right, I'm gonna grab, this one's a little harder to grab. It's like near the spigot. I'm gonna grab one of these quilted ones because these quilted ones I can buy. So this one would be one that I would like gift out, you know. Now my last batch, I got 7 jars. I'm hoping that I can get the same. Okay. Debubble. Perfect. Beautiful, beautiful. I think you can always tell who loves canning and who doesn't. If you see someone just rushing through to get it done, they're not really doing it for the love of canning. And it makes a difference. I think it makes a difference. I think you can taste the difference too. It's just like baking bread or cooking. Have you ever had those days where like you really don't feel like cooking, but you have to cook? And so you make dinner and it just doesn't taste that good. Yeah, it could be something as easy as like, you know, spaghetti. And it's just, it's okay, but it's really not that good. I think canning is just like that. I think if you're doing it just to do it, or you're doing it because you're making YouTube content or TikTok content, or I don't really see anyone on Instagram doing it, but if you're doing it just to like make content and make money, it kills it for me. So pretty. All right, we're getting near the end of the pot. Let's see. I'm gonna get I'm gonna try to get one more jar, and if I can't fill the jar, I need a jar for my fridge because the kids wanted to open up a jar yesterday. I told them wait because I might have, you know, I filled that larger jar, and sometimes that throws it off a little bit. So I said I might have some for the fridge. So, all right. Okay, how many do I have in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I already have 7. So I already have more than what I did. So we're gonna grab one more jar here, and we will try to get it filled. Let's see if we can. At the tip, I don't think we will. I don't think I'm gonna have enough, but that's okay. This will be the one the kids can eat out of. It'll go right in the fridge. Which will almost be a jar. And I'm gonna jump you off of this tripod too so you can see the pot. Ooh, so close. If I didn't use that little bit bigger of a jar, we would have had enough for a whole one. I don't know. I'm scraping. I'm scraping. Your sister's up here trying. Okay, let me see if I can get any more. Get every last drop of this. Oh, I got it to like the 1-inch headspace, but that's okay because it's going in the fridge. We're gonna debubble it. I'm gonna push down the little blueberries. And around my funnel. Ooh, look at that 1-inch headspace. I'm gonna put a plastic lid on that, but I'm still going to, I'll just use one of these. I'm still gonna clean off the rim. So when I do put a lid on this, which I'll do once it's cool. So we're just gonna tuck that off to the side. All right, I'm gonna gingerly take you off of here. Okay, see there? 1-inch headspace. But there you have it. So once this cools, I'll put a plastic cap on it and that'll go in the fridge and Mason can enjoy it. So here is the pot, and you can see that because the pot is still really, really warm, you are still dealing with, see, it's starting to set. You see how it's starting to set? Starting to get thick because it's in the spoon. It's cooling off. But as far as what was in the pot, it stays nice and warm, and it'll allow you some extra time. So if you struggle with your jam or your jelly setting up too fast, too quick, try an enameled cast iron, okay? All right, so here we have it. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of bring in these jars. Okay, we have 7, right? Yeah, 7. And then we're gonna go ahead and put the lid on. Am I at 1 inch? I'm gonna add a little bit of extra water just in case. I think I have 1 inch, but yeah, I do. I like a couple inches. We're just gonna fill this up a little bit more. Right above my little rivets there. Okay. And then we're gonna set this to canning. And I'll put the lid on. We're gonna wait for that to come to a rapid boil. And then it'll be perfect. Okay, so these are the ones that I did yesterday. So cute. Look at this cute little jar with the little fruit. And then I did this one. This one's got fruit on it too. Isn't that pretty? Like this one and this one I won't give away. These I'll gift. I like the little diamond ones. Those are pretty. And then the ones with the fruit. These you can still buy. If you're buying new jars, they'll look like this. But, okay. Let me spin you back around. We're going to sit. I'm going to let that come up to a boil. When we get there, I'll show you what it looks like for anyone who's new to canning so you know. But now I can sit and chit chat with you. Okay, was that fun? I'm going to gingerly put you on this thing without shutting you off. Lord, please don't shut off. Oh, thank you, Lord. Oh, okay. No shut off. No shut off. All right. Okay, was that fun? That was something different, right? I hope you had fun doing that with me, especially if you're new to canning and you're nervous about canning. I hope I showed that it can be very, very, very simple, very enjoyable, very relaxing. This is really good therapy. I like to listen to gospel when I'm canning. I'll play some gospel music. I sing and praise to the Lord while I'm filling jars and just thinking about my babies, thinking about, you know, all my babies. And and just enjoying the process. Barbecue sauce, Sweet Baby Ray's, almost Sweet Baby Ray's, Sweet Baby Kneady sauce. This is being gifted to my niece. She's gonna try that. And then I've got 2 going out of dandelion jelly. So also to a niece and to my aunt's sister-in-law who's dying to try this. So I've got those out. So gifts of love, you guys, like, you can't buy this on Amazon. There's some things you just can't buy. And love in a jar is one of those things. So if money is tight, if you can't just be going out and shopping for people for birthdays, anniversary, you want to do something special, gift them a gift of jelly, make them a loaf of bread. These are things that many people don't have the skills to do because they just haven't learned it. And they appreciate so much because you can't buy it, right? You can't buy it. Yay! Lots of fun, Pauline. Thank you. Love lemon blueberry. I will get the recipe. Yes, yes. And I'll screenshot that recipe along with my notes, and I will post it over under the posts on YouTube. I'll also post it on Instagram and Facebook. So it'll go over to both places. Yeah, see, I love baked bread for presents. Me too. Like, the fact that somebody thought of you when they were baking or when they're canning, and they made you something. I just, it's why I love meal trains, right? When somebody's sick or when somebody's had a baby or when, somebody's struggling, you make them a meal and you take them a meal. It's just, I think it's the ultimate sign of love, and it's community. My girlfriend Sonia is big on community. Sonia from Dave and Sonia in Michigan. If you're not subscribed to them, go subscribe to them. She's amazing, and she talks a lot about building community and what that looks like and how do you do it. And like, loving on people through food is, like, I think one of the best ways you can build community, I'd like to say prayers for the people that I'm baking. Yes, and I'm kneading the dough. That's right. Pray over them. Think of them. Like, you let your love, like, the love flows through your hands. It really does. And the more you get connected to that, I really feel like the more you just enjoy doing it. It humbles you in ways that nothing else really can, I think. So I like to make more and give some to my neighbor friends with 6 children. Oh, that's so nice. And I bet you they're so appreciative, especially on busy, hectic days. We never know what people go through. And some people, like me, like, have big pain bodies, where some days are just a struggle. So if somebody shows up at your door and says, hey, I made you a lasagna because I made a lasagna. I made you an extra one. And here's, some homemade garlic bread to go with it. Like, that's a whole love language. Dave and Sonia in Michigan is the name of their channel. I'll leave a link to it too when this goes up. I'll go to the description box and I'll leave the link to it. Dave and Sonia, Dave, D-A-V-E, and Sonia, spelt with a Y instead of an I, in Michigan is the name of their channel. And they do a lot with solar power, off-grid living. They have a, like the preparedness, the Michigan Preparedness Expo that I just spoke at, they had a trailer there that is completely solar powered off grid. It's amazing. And they show you how they build it. They do not gatekeep. They help so many people. They are passing that baton. They want to help people. So they're amazing. I totally understand. I have CRPS and I suffer with pain. Oh, God bless you. But preserving food makes it easier to love on others. It does. It does. And putting food by for yourself on those really hard days where it's really hard to get out of bed, let alone move around and, cook in your kitchen. Not all days are good days. you know. Not all days are good days. And so that's why pantries are so important, because on those hard days, you have something to fall back on, you know. Let's see. Yeah, you can't beat homemade anything. I agree. Love giving jelly bread, cookies, noodles. Ooh, noodles. You know, I have not made noodles yet. And my girlfriend Angie, her channel is Angie's Pantry. She's Italian and she makes noodles. And so for my birthday, she gifted me a noodle maker that goes on my KitchenAid. So that is another thing I want to do this fall, this winter, with you guys. I'll have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm just going to be turning on the camera and just filming my journey with you as I learn. And then you guys could give me tips and tricks. And those of you who want to learn too, you will feel less alone. It's like we build our own community here. And that's why I love you guys. Like you guys give me a place of respite to come and to just do all these things. And I never feel alone with you guys. Like I always have someone there to lean on. I lean on you guys. You guys either help me or you're like, hey, I want to learn that too. I'll learn it with you. And then I feel less alone. And it's just all around. It's so much fun. And for me, that's what YouTube has always been about and will always be about. Like, you know, I make my money on YouTube, yes, to help, you know, cover my family. And I am appreciative of that. But that is not the reason why I'm on YouTube and I stay on YouTube. It's why I don't do sponsored content. It's why I don't take free things from companies. I'm not here for any of that. I'm here for you guys. I'm here to learn all the things that you guys want to learn and to do it together, because doing it by myself, I don't know, I feel lonely. And I got no support. So you guys you give me something for me. You know, so many times, especially as moms and, you know, wives, and we can get really lost in the shuffle. Like, you know, we serve everyone first. We're caregivers, right? And so sometimes you can lose a part of you. I have a girlfriend going through that right now. Her kids are now gone and her husband's still working. And she's like, I don't even know who I am. Like, I'm like, what do you like? What do you enjoy to do? She's like, I don't know. I don't know what I like. I don't know what I enjoy. And man, like, like I just pray over her, you know? And I'm like, well, now's the time to figure it out. Who you are and what you enjoy and what you want to do. What brings light into your life, you know? So this is it for me. Like, and I love our little community. I feel like we have a little, well, we have some gentlemen too, but we have like a little girl gang here. I love you guys so much. Oh, becoming a public speaker. You know, when I started that, I was like, I looked out into this audience. I'm not, and I told them, you know, I'm just honest. I'm like, I'm a YouTuber. I'm used to looking at a camera. Like, I got to think of you as all my followers. Like, I think about, you know, my girl gang, because I'm not used to like speaking in front of people. So it was a very different experience. But it was good because, you know, I'm a chatty Cathy. So once I had to be mindful though, because I do have the gift of gab. And this is like, you know, talking about the pantry and putting food by and preparing for life's unexpected emergencies, is something I'm very passionate about. So I had to keep reminding myself, don't overtalk, because you have 3 other people on this panel that would like to speak. So I try to be very mindful not to overspeak, because I'm like, I'm just here talking about a subject I am passionate about. Oh, thank you. Sometimes she will say, yep. And yes, Jesus will show her the way. I'm like, go sit in a Bible study. If I had free time, I would color and Bible study. Like, That and can and bake bread. Those are like my 4 top things. I also like going out and watching my chickens. So I would chicken watch. I like my garden. But really, Bible study, coloring, canning, baking bread. I like cooking too, but baking bread, there's just something about baking bread. Oh, I love you too, Grace. Oh, I love you guys so much. You don't overspeak. I feel like sometimes I do. I talk to myself. Mom, who are you talking to up here? Just myself. I do that more times than not. So, all right. So we're just waiting for the canner now to boil, to get to a rapid boil. I'm starting to hear it's starting to get there. We could totally hang out. We could. A great chicken watcher. My chickens, I have so many of them, so there's so much drama out there. You don't ever have to watch TV. It's like a soap opera out there. Especially with having as many roosters as I do. There's always something going on out there. There is something moving. There's something very, as my girlfriend Stacy says, it's biblical, right? Jesus is the bread of life. And so, it's biblical. So there is something very connected, like, you hear the voices of your, ancestors, your foremothers before you when you're baking bread. It's just, there's something so in the spirit when you knead dough. Thank you so much for everything you show and share. Oh, thank you, Rita. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I would be like, talking to myself here if you guys didn't show up. So I appreciate you guys coming. I wish I was your neighbor. I wish you were my neighbor too. Although I do have really nice neighbors. I buy my beef cow from my neighbor Courtney, and then her cousin is a retired Michigan State Trooper captain, I believe. He was a captain, lives across the street from me. So I have good neighbors, really good neighbors. Let's see. I got to bake more bread. Me too, Heidi. I'm itching to bake bread so bad, you guys. I cannot wait. Like, I don't want to rush the summer because honestly, the winters in Michigan are long and hard. I'm not quite prepared for it. My body isn't quite prepared for it. The cold brings a lot of pain, when you have a lot of metal in your body. So I'm not rushing it, but it's gonna be back in the 90s, and for the whole next week. I think today we're at 85 today, so it's really hot. It's hot, and I can't run so I have been thinking about smoking bread. Has anyone baked bread in a smoker? Because I feel like playing. So I'm like, well, if it doesn't work out, I can feed it to my chickens, right? They'll love bread. But I really want to make a loaf of bread or some baguettes and put it in the smoker on a cookie sheet. And if I did baguettes, I could still use my baguette maker on a cookie sheet and put it in the smoker and just see what happens. I wonder if it would rise, especially if I put it at 400. I mean, it's not 425, but still, it's hot, especially on, my deck is full sun, 85, 90 degrees outside. Do you think it would bake? Should we try it? Should we make a video and try it? I think we should, just for fun. I don't know anyone I've asked, and I don't know anyone who has smoked bread. So I want to do it. All right. Don't shut off on me. Don't shut off on me. Okay, we're gonna get up. We're gonna check it. We're gonna check it. Ooh, we're so close. We're so close. It is coming. It's coming. All right. Where's your little case? I should put you on your case. We're close. Okay, do you guys have any questions for me? as far as the canning goes. Let me know if you do, because if I can be a cheerleader for you and an encourager for canning, I'm here for you. I will be your biggest cheerleader. If they can do pizza, why not bread? Right, Bonnie? Right? And smoked pizza is delicious. We should do a smoked pizza together. That I could do. We could make some bread, some pizza crust, some sourdough pizza crust, and do a smoked pizza in the smoker. We're going to do it. That'll be an upcoming video. We're going to do it. I should be writing this down. So I don't forget. All right, garlic and sourdough. Ooh. If we can do it on the bonfire, you should be able to smoke it in cast iron. Do I have a cast iron bread pan? I've been wanting, I've had it in my buy later cart on my Amazon cart like forever. It's a Detroit style pizza. So for anyone, now I'm a Detroit girl, born and raised for 21 years of my life. Detroit pizza is kind of like a deep dish. And it's cooked in like, kind of like a cast iron or like a, like the black, like, what is it? Steel enamel or something. But it's always square. And the sauce is like on top of the cheese. It's kind of weird that way, but it's delicious. So I have had in my buy later cart, which is like up to $4 million now. If I ever win the lottery, all of the money is going to go to Amazon. Anyway, I have one of those pans because I want a Detroit style deep dish pizza cast iron pan. Doesn't that sound good? Well, I have one that's just a cast iron in my thing, and one kind of like a Buddy's Pizza. If anyone has ever, I know Buddy's Pizza was like rated one of the best, or was it the best? Like in the United States when they did that on was it the Cooking Channel or something? It was like rated like the best or one of the best pizzas. We make a lot in the bonfire. We use cast iron pans. Cast iron acts like your oven. Okay, I got to see if I have a cast iron bread pan. I know I have a meatloaf pan. Maybe a Dutch oven. I do have a bread. Is it it's not a clove. What do they call that? You know, it's like a Dutch oven, but for bread. I have one of those. We could put that in the smoker and just do a round loaf of bread. We could do that. I have a Dutch, yeah. Is it a clash? How do you pronounce it, Bonnie? Clash? It's a clash? I have one. I bought the Amazon brand. I think that's what I have. I have an Amazon brand one. Works great. I can put that in the smoker. Okay, that might be our next video. We're going to make bread, and we're going to put it in the smoker. And we're just going to see how it turns out. Like I said, if it doesn't, that's okay. The chickens will eat it. Danny will probably eat it. Because he even when I do a flop, he's like, that's still good. I'm like, Danny, let me make you a better one than that. No, this is good. He's so easygoing. All right, I'm going to put my butter back in the fridge. We're almost to a boil here. And then we're going to process them for 10 minutes. And then, of course, shut it off. And then we will let it sit for 5 minutes before we pull it out. So that's a nice rapid boil. So I'm going to set my timer. 10 minutes. All right. Let's see. Okay, let me catch up. Hold on. We use cast iron Dutch oven. We got it from his parents. Oh, I'm sorry they passed away. But isn't it amazing to have pieces of them still with you, like to cook in and to use? That's so, man, that's what I want to leave for my kids, you know? Especially when you are brushed with death. Still here. I'm still here. I just need to walk around with this tripod so I don't, it's all the buttons on the side of the iPhone. There's too many. All the buttons should go on the top. iPhone, all the buttons on the top. That way we can take you on and off these, because every tripod has the expandable for the sides. How do you do that with all the buttons? It makes no sense. Why do they design it like that? iPhone, get rid of all these little side buttons. Okay, there's too many. Put them all on the top. Maybe 2 on the bottom. Well, I guess you can't because that's the speakers. Okay, just on the top. And then that way we can hold you without touching things. That's my complaints for today. Okay, that's it. No more complaining, Heather. Could I make this with... Now, Bonnie, I'm not sure because... Could you make it? Yes. Could you put it up in your shelf? That I don't know. Because sugar is the preservative when it comes to canning and putting it shelf stable. So, could you make a small batch? Probably. Maybe if you put it in your fridge. But anytime that you deal with like altering a recipe when the main part of the recipe is being altered, which is your stabilizer, which is your preserver, which is your sugar, I don't know. I would do some research though. Just because I don't know doesn't mean anything. It just means I don't know. But sugar is your preservative when it comes to putting food and making it shelf stable. So altering that, even low sugar, you got to be careful with. You've really got to follow the recipe. So I would do some research. There might be some approved recipes out there for alternatives to sugar. And if not, maybe try it and then keep it in your fridge. It just isn't going to be shelf stable. That's all. And if you make a lot, share it with friends. So when my sister-in-laws passed, I took cooking utensils to remember them by wooden spoons, measuring cups. I love that. There's Matt right there. That's his urn. And so he's actually going in a curio, and my kids made fun of me because my curio cabinet, they started calling it the curio crypt because Matt's going in there and then my mom is right next to him. But behind him, I have the first bread pans that we bought together at the Goodwill for 50 cents a piece. Do you remember my infamous chicken measuring spoons that everybody loved? I have those with the pans. And so I'm going to put all those in the curio because I want to keep them and I want to save them, and I stopped using them so that I didn't ruin them or anything like that. I want to be able to pass them down to either Mason or Mina, whoever wants them, so that they can have a piece of mom and dad when we started this homesteading adventure. Yeah, do you remember those, Valley? Yeah, I have them right behind Matt. So his urn is actually made in Montana from a tree. So that's a whole tree that was cut down specifically for him. His favorite color was green, so I asked for a green tree. So they went out and found that. This took months to make for him. And they did such a beautiful job, but they cut down the tree, and so it's got green wood, and then made it and formed it for him, and that's where he sits. He's hanging out with me. He's never too far away. And that's the way I like it. Same with my mom. My mom is right next to him. And, you know, I know my mom wanted her ashes sprinkled all over the place. She's like, every time you go on vacation, take a little piece of me with you and sprinkle me around. And I'm like, my sister wants to do that. I'm like, no, no, she's going to stay right there. Matt bought her a Betty Boop. My mom was obsessed with Betty Boop. So she's got a Betty Boop urn with Betty Boop on a motorcycle because that was her favorite. That was her favorite. She's like, that's going to be me one day. I'm going to find a handsome hunk of a man with a Harley Davidson. And we're just going to go riding. So it's Betty Boop on a Harley Davidson is on her urn. And my mom would have loved it. So, you are not scattering his ashes, Heather. No, I'm not scattering his ashes. I have my father's remains. Now, what I want to do is I want to make jewelry for his 4 children, right? So Mason and Mina, Gavin and Amelia. I want to make something for the boys too, but really for Matt's babies. I want to make some kind of jewelry when they're ready. When they decide what they want, I would love to make jewelry, like a gem. Like I know they can do like diamonds and that kind of stuff with ashes now. I'm just kind of waiting for the technology on that to get like a little bit better, you know? So I would love to do that for them. And if the kids ever want ashes, his ashes, you know, then they can have them. I know my mom's best friend asked me for some of her ashes to sprinkle in her rose garden. And so I gave her that. So things like that, yes. But for the most part, no. I was going to put, actually my girlfriend, Terry. Hello, Mina. I'm still on live. This is all made out of copper. This is solid copper. It's extremely heavy. In the center, now it's got 2 butterflies on it. One for Mason, one for Mina. And in the center of the sunflower, the cap comes out on the back. And Matt's ashes can go in there. And it's kind of like a memorial piece. It's priceless. And it was made specifically for Matt. By my girlfriend Terry's husband, and it's beautiful. I don't have his ashes in there though. Just like down by his tree. Did we might have spread a little bit of his ashes down by his tree. But that's it. Like he's for the most part still intact. And in my mind it's like it's just his toenail out there. Because I don't know. I don't know. I'm the same way with my mom. Like, I just want them with me. That's just how I feel. Maybe one day, as, you know, as a griever, I get a little bit better, healed a little bit more. I'll be able to let go a little bit more. But for now, they're with me in my living room, off of my kitchen. And I talk to them, and they're just part of my life, you know? I mean, you know, we're still tethered. We're still tethered to our loved ones in heaven. I truly believe that. So, yeah, see? It's just, you know, they were the 2 most important people in my life, you know? So, I have my daughter's ashes, too. Oh, God bless you. Is it Valorica? Valorica? Oh, I hope I'm saying that right. That's so beautiful. What a beautiful, beautiful name. I have pans, bowls, knives, spoons, wooden utensils, measuring cups, all from relatives that have passed away. I love that. Yes, they become like part of your kitchen, you know? All right, here we go. I'm going to take you off. I'm going to take you off. And we're going to shut off our canner. I'm going to shut off the canner. And then I'm going to set this timer for 5 minutes. And I technically 3:30 and I've got more blueberries. So I will take a picture of this recipe altered. And I've got more blueberries in here. I still have more in my freezer. So I definitely am going to make another batch. I might do it after dinner. I'll elevate my leg some and then make dinner, which is going to be easy because it's leftovers. And then maybe after dinner, I'll do a third batch because I know these are going to go so fast. Yes, their memory lives on with us. That's right. That's right. It's just just a veil between us, you know? Your hair is so cute. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I like my dread braids. They make my life easy. And my hair is healing. Like I have all this new growth. All this little baby growth. It's crazy. But it's taken a while. I had like alopecia. Like my hair was falling out in clumps from trauma. And all the medications. I was on so many medications, so much anesthesia, like between medications, anesthesia, and grief. Like I just was losing my hair by the clumps. And so I had thought about shaving my head, like just starting fresh, just shaving my head. But then I learned about well, there some people call them fairy braids, so I've been calling them fairy braids, but they're dreadlock extensions that are just braided into your hair. So all this gray hair here that's braided, that's all my hair. And it's just so easy braid. It's kind of like my girlfriend Terry was just talking about French braiding your hair. It's kind of like braiding your hair. And then not touching it. So I don't blow dry my hair. I'm not putting hairspray on it, mousse, gel. I'm not straightening it. I'm not curling it. I'm not blow drying it. I'm not doing nothing to my hair. I'm just, when I wash it, I wash all of my dreads with it. I let it air dry. Takes all day, so I got to wash it in the morning. But I'm not messing with my hair. So it's allowing rest and some healing. And my hair, when my hair comes out of my, because you know, about every 6 weeks we take them out. I deep wash my dreads and then deep wash and condition my hair, and my hair is growing so long and it is like twice as thick. And then I had like a big bald spot in the back of my head that was no joke, about this big, from where I received my brain injury in the back. I had stitches and stuff. But now, Mina, what are you doing? You could go hang out in my room, honey. That has healed and it's getting smaller, and now it's smaller than a dime. Just a little part of scar that I have. And so it's amazing. I understand I have severe hair loss because of CRPS. I have to look up what that is, girl, so that I understand exactly what you're suffering with. I'm so sorry, though. I've learned to roll with it, right? We're more than just our hair. We're more than just our hair. But I do love the mermaid look. That's what Mina says. I have mermaid hair. I do love it. It does it's almost like warrior hair. I feel like a warrior queen with my dreads in. There's a little bit of spunk that comes with them. You kind of have to have a strong personality though, because you do get a lot of looks. But I tell you, I get compliments everywhere I go. Everyone loves the hair. I think every woman at least should try them at least once, because it's so nice not to have to. I wash my hair once a week. That's it. Once a week. And that's it. No styling, no nothing. I throw it up in a ponytail or I leave it down. It's so easy. It's so easy. It's complex regional pain syndrome. Oh. Okay. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm going to be praying for you, because living with daily pain it's so exhausting. A very fun way to deal with your hair loss. Yes. Mine made me feel like Medusa. There's all different kinds. So the new ones that I wear now, the Dreadful Hippie, I loved, but they were very heavy for my hair because my hair was just so thin and fine. And I was losing it. So I couldn't wear all that weight. So it's taken me a couple of different sets to find the perfect one for me that's very light. These are very light. Like I can't even feel them in my hair. They add like no weight. All right, I'm gonna come get the tripod. Where should I set you up? I'm gonna set you up on my, we're gonna get these bad boys out of the canner. All right. Okay, let me spin ya. All right, I'm gonna try not to shut you off. Thank you, Lord. Because, you know, I'm just not that great with all the techie stuff, right? I'm going to lift you up a little bit. All right, let's see. There you are. All right, see, I got to just mess with you. I'm just going to make it the best that I can so I don't shut you off. There we go. Okay, we're just going to roll with it. All right, get these pretties out. Woo! Okay, so straight up and down. So you're going to get water on the top. It will dissipate, I promise. Back in the day, and if you look at some of my older videos, I used to like tilt my jars because that's what they used to say to do to get the water off of them. But now, straight up. That way you don't get any hot food or product under that rim, and it won't mess with the seal at all. Woo! Okay, there's 4. And these are the ball lids because I bought them in bulk. I had so many. And because my goodness, went so long without canning anything while I was recovering. I have all these lids, although I really do love the Superb lids. And those are probably going to be the ones I switch to. Although I love the ball too. I have no problem with the ball ever sealing for me. So, thankfully, I don't have that problem. So, let me... Can you still see me? I'm terrible at this. I gotta get... You know what I need? I need a tripod that you stay on this, but this goes on and off. So I can click and unclick, click and unclick. That's what I need. I need to find a tripod that does that. Okay, so there we are. So I have a total of 14 now. If I do one more batch tonight, that'll be 21. That'll be a good amount to put away. I think I'll still have some blueberries in my freezer. So I want to go blueberry picking to get fresh because, you know, it's been a year and I'm clearing all the stuff that I've been hoarding. So I want to pick some fresh for like blueberry muffins, blueberry lemon bread, all those kinds of things. But I think I'm going to want to do some blueberry pepper jelly because I made that once and my older boys loved that. Apparently that is also really good on a bagel. So, so I don't know what else I'll do, but there we have it. So hopefully that was fun. I know I loved hanging out with you guys. And if you have any questions, you know I'm always around. I ain't going nowhere. So, you know, leave me a comment. I do all my own, YouTube stuff. So I don't have any hired help or anything like that. I film all my videos, edit all my videos, upload all my videos. I do all my own comment section on all of my social media platforms. So if you're messaging me, it's me that's answering you back. If you're leaving a comment, it's me who's answering you back. I try to type back as much as I can. Sometimes my hands, like especially after like a big day like this where I'm using my hands a lot, sometimes typing a reply is really hard for me. And my talk to text just does not work very well. So sometimes I'll just heart, but if I heart you, just know that I read it. And if I didn't leave you a comment, just know it's because my hands are hurting. Because usually I love, like, answering comments is one of my favorite things. Because that's where we interact. Like, that's where I get to talk to you guys. So I don't like skipping over that part, you know? So I try to do as much as I can, as often as I can. And I try to reply back as much as I can. But it's all me. Just me. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, you know, I love you guys and I love your comments. So if you ever get a heart, know that I read it. If I don't give you a heart and I don't reply, know that I have not read it yet. But I try to get through as many as I can throughout the day, like different period. Like I do it, it was like one of the first things I do after prayer. Is answering comments. And when I go to bed, I answer comments before I go to bed too. And then all throughout the day, like if we're driving somewhere, I'm usually answering comments. And so I try to get it in as often as I can and do as much as I can. But I am only one person, but I don't know. I'm just, hiring someone to help do that, just, it's not me. It's not me. So even if I'm sitting here with 1 million subscribers one day, Lord willing, I'm still probably going to do all my own stuff because that's the way I like it. Because that's the funnest part for me. So I don't know. I can't give that up. You answered me. I made a mess. You answered me today about the pool liner. Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. The 24-foot pool, was it the 24-foot pool? Because you're trying to get a liner and you can't get a liner, and that's so frustrating. We had to go to Saginaw, which is about an hour from here. But, you know, they were willing to come out, so it was fine. But there's not... You know, there's not a lot of places that, you know, do pools unless you're living kind of in a city. And even then, the pickings are slim. So I'm praying that you get somebody to come fix your liner so that you can go swimming. I tell you, I am in Michigan. I wish I was in Texas because I like big hair and big lashes like Texan women. So I'm a Texan at heart. But I'm the polar opposite north. I'm in Michigan, northern Michigan at that, mid to north Michigan. I think where I live is called the gateway to up north, which is like the upper half of the lower of the mitten. Oh, do you have a Saginaw there too? Okay. Yeah, we have a Saginaw, Michigan. You responded to me about the wonderful shoes. Oh, good. Oh, I'm so glad you like them. I love them. I've been loving them. However, there are a few of you made suggestions for a different brand. I can't remember it right off bat, but I Googled them and they're like $65 to $70. And I think I'm going to buy them and try them because they actually have like a picture of like your foot with your toes, and like each toe has a spot in the shoe to make room for it. So I'm like, maybe I'll try those. I mean, it's not like spending $200 on, I can't spend $200 on a pair of shoes. I just can't. I mean, I just, like, I will spend money on myself if it's good quality and I know I can either pass it down or like my pot. Okay, that was a good investment, right? Now, thankfully, I didn't spend it on myself though. Danny bought it for me for Christmas, but that was a good purchase. The mill to grind wheat, that's a good purchase. The mixer, the Inkersome, that's a good purchase. These are investment pieces. I don't mind investment pieces, but for me, like shoes, okay, I'm going to invest because I have to walk, but they are going to wear out. So it's not like something I'm buying that I can pass down to the kids one day, you know? So I'm more frugal when it comes to stuff like that. So I buy a lot of my clothes off of Amazon, you know? Like a $10 shirt, yes. You know, a $40 shirt, I just can't do. You know? So I'm frugal in funny ways. But $70 for a pair of shoes, if they bring me comfort and don't make my feet like hurt to stand and to walk where I'm limping, that's a good investment, you know? So I think I'm going to try some of the ones that you guys suggested. Have you ever tried the Cloud tennis shoes? They are adorable. The Cloud. I have to think. I've tried several tennis shoes. And the tennis shoes have not really, I've got to wear socks with them. And my problem is the more layers I put on my feet, the less I can feel my feet. So I have so much nerve damage that like on my crushed leg, my foot is numb. So that's why I go barefoot a lot, because I can feel sometimes like I can feel like I have to be careful not to step on rocks and things like that. Case in point, the other day, there was blood all over the deck. And Danny's like, have you been out here walking? And I'm like, yeah, I'm out here cooking on the Blackstone. Why? He's like, because there's blood all over the deck. He's like, did you cut your foot? I'm like, I don't know. And so I had to look on my foot, and sure enough, I did. I didn't feel it. So when I start putting my foot in shoes, I tend to trip over myself. I have a huge bruise, 2 bruises right now, because at the expo when I was on stage, I came down to hug one of you because, you know, one of my subscribers had come to see me, and I just wanted to hug her neck. And the way that the stage was off of the steps, it was like a weird angle, and I tripped and fell. And thankfully, I caught myself on the banister, but I bruised my legs up really bad trying to save my fall. So it's because I can't feel my foot. And I'm like, this is why I don't wear shoes. So barefoot, you'll usually see, and it's funny because before the accident, I was never barefoot. I always had slippers. I was like my grandma. I always had deer foam slippers on. I always had slippers, socks, something, always on my feet. And now I never have anything on my feet. So, yeah, it's the socks for me. The socks for me make it really difficult to feel my foot in a shoe. So I will think I'm taking a step and I'm not taking a step. Or I feel like, you know, I'm coming down on something and I'm not coming down on something because I just can't feel it. So that's where shoes are really difficult for me. And why I wear, I wore slippers for like 2 years, like these little footy slippers. They were kind of like a shoe. They had a leather sole, but they weren't thick. So again, I had to be careful where I walked because I don't want to step on something sharp and hurt myself and never know, you know, it's weird like that. I'm a warrior princess. That's right. That's why I have my dreads in. I carry you in my heart. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they're super cute and they're comfortable. They're super comfortable and they allow for swelling. I love that they don't have the holes. So I'm not locked into a certain position for that little latch, you know, the little buckle on it. I can strap it tight to my foot. I can loosen it way up if I need to. And it's a square toe and they're really light, but they've got a thick sole on them. So I don't have to worry about like walking on a nail or glass and hurting myself. Let's see. with my lymphedema, I have not found any socks. I do not cut off my circulation. Exactly. I have a problem with that too with socks. That's why I can't wear socks, because it locks up right around my ankles. That's why I wear ankle bracelets. So I wear ankle bracelets because the ankle bracelet I can feel when my leg is swelling, because the ankle bracelet will get tight, and that I can feel. So when my ankle bracelet gets tight, I know, okay, you need to go sit down and elevate your leg above your heart and get that toxic fluid out of your leg. And so you'll always see me now with ankle bracelets. Yes, baby.
Chips and salsa?
Yes. Oh no, save that for dinner because we're having nachos. You're not gonna want it again. Have something else. Have some plums. I have plums in there for you.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the
Yeah,
plums.
yeah. Or I do have some blueberries if you want to take a scoop of blueberries
Or I
out.
can eat Stormy.
No, stop. Anyway, okay. So it feels like walking on air. So nice. Oh, Nimbus 2423. Gel Asics. All right, hold on. I'm going to take a picture of that, Rita, so that I have that. So I'm going to Google that when I get off of here. That's why I love talking to you guys, because sometimes you just recommend. See, moccasins. Moccasins. I need to go somewhere that sell moccasins, like legit real moccasins, because that might be a solution for me. That's exactly what I do. I wear ankle bracelets so I know when I'm flaring. Isn't that amazing? You wouldn't think. You wouldn't think. But these little tips and tricks really do help. You know, here you think, oh, she's just trying to look cute. Cute with a purpose. Look up Minnetonka moccasins. Those are the real ones. My grandpa used to wear those at home as his slippers. No, those are radishes, my love. The plums are purple, my love. All right, I'm gonna screenshot that too, Big Sky, so I don't forget. My grandpa used to wear those. They were very expensive, and he always got them a new pair on Christmas. And he wore those around the house and outside when he barbecued and everything. Yes, just give them a quick wash again. I washed them once, but they've been sitting in the fridge. Just give them another wash. Cold water, baby. The Amish here have moccasins. Oh, nice. Nice. Do they have a website? I wonder if they have a website that I could order off of. I need to go to like, I think Frankenmuth had a place that sells those moccasins and like leather goods, like leather belts and wallets. See, I need to find a place like that. Oh, God bless you too, Brenda. I love those moccasins, but now with my swelling, we'll need to get new ones. Oh, yeah. They stretch out, right? I think that's what happened to my grandpa's many years ago. But he liked the blonde ones, the yellowish colored ones. Those are the ones that he had. Oh, no. You do not have to send me a pair. I love you, though. Just saying that. You are the sweetest. Oh, you're so sweet. All right, guys. Well, it's 4 o'clock. I've kept you for 2 hours. I promised I wouldn't let this go too long, and I still... How can I not make it go long when I'm hanging out with you guys, right? So, all right, if you have any questions about canning the lemon blueberry jam, let me know. I am here to help as much as I can. If I don't know the answer, I will try to find you the answer. I think it was Mina. She's gonna go hang out in my room. But I hope that was fun for you. It was fun for me. It was something totally new. We have never done a live canning before. We will have to do bread like this together. Oh, it'll be so fun. Thank you for sharing your time with us. Well, thank you for sharing your time with me. I love you. Oh, I'm giving you a hug right now. I love you guys. I love you. Thank you for showing up for me. This was so much fun. Yes, let's do bread. Okay, Valley. We're going to do bread together. as soon as the weather gets, or I'll bring you back and we'll do the smoking bread in the smoker. I'm excited to try it. Patty, thank you. Janet, yay! Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you caught this too, Big Sky. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys have a great Thursday. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope to see you this weekend. We should do a prayer circle. We haven't done one in a while. Those get heavy because I really do pray over all the prayers that are all the prayer requests. So that's like spiritual warfare. You know what I'm saying? But I think we're due for another prayer circle. So we should do one of those. And we're definitely going to smoke bread because let's try it. Why not? And then I'll bring you back for more canning too, because I've got a lot. I've got to can. I do have to can more barbecue sauce because I think I only got like 3 jars left. We've used it like all summer long. Pepper jelly will be coming up. I do want to do some pickles, especially the sweet ones, the sweet peppery ones, the ones that are I think they're sweet and spicy. Those are me and Eric's favorite, so I want to get more of those. I still have horseradish garlic on my shelf, but I'm out of the sweet and spicy. So I got to do that. So we'll be doing canning again, and maybe we'll do it live again and hang out. All right, you guys. I love you. Have a blessed Thursday. I'll be seeing you soon. I'll see you in the comments because I'm going to try to catch up, especially when I'm elevating my leg. I'm going to sit and catch up on the comment section. I appreciate you too. Yes, the sourdough croissant. Go over to my girlfriend Stacy. She's got a mini, like one of those micro bakeries that she's running out of her house, that she has like a little farm stand at the end of her driveway. She is selling out every day of her croissant sourdough bread. It's her recipe that I used. It's amazing. Living Rooted is her, Stacy Renee. Just look up Stacy Renee. Stacy, STACY _/ Renee, RENEE, I do believe. I'll leave her a link down below in the description. I'll come back and add it for you guys. But go over there. She's got a video on her croissant bread on how she makes it. And it is phenomenal. All right. I love you guys. Mwah! And I will see you soon. Oh, I hate this part when I say goodbye. I really, really hate it.